Hello and Namaskar. Welcome to NCRT's live interactive program. I am Simran Singh and you have all connected with us through eVidya channel number 6 to 12. Besides this, there are so many different mediums through which you can all connect with us. You can even participate in our live conversations by raising your questions and your queries in the comment section of our YouTube channel that goes by the name NCERT Official. Once again, a very warm welcome to all our learners, all our audiences in this particular session, that is the fifth day of our 5 days, 5 hours online training program. Well, this is the fifth and the concluding day of this long series that we are conducting for you as a collaboration with the Ministry of Home Affairs I4C. So viewers, it's our online training on financial safety in cyberspace. So in one or the other way, we are all using cyberspace for different purposes. So it is very important to ensure our safety, and specifically when we talk about financial safety, it's our hard-earned money. So we have to be very confident about using the cyberspace for our financial transactions. So it's the fifth day. Today we are going to discuss more about safeguarding your financial accounts and CyberDost. So what are the different aspects associated with it? Providing us more insights into the conversation, we also have our guest in the studio. I will be introducing you to our guest, but before that, let's have a quick look at our screen in order to understand better about this 5 days online training program. So here you can see that this is the website of CIET NCERT, that's www.ciet.ncert.gov.in. So many different options are available for you. Just click on activities and workshop/training. Once you scroll down, you will get to know that the program is titled as Online Training on Financial Safety in Cyberspace. Well, we started our program on 5th of August and today we are going to conclude it for all of you. Not only this, we also have an online course and a post-assessment for all our learners. So let's have a quick look at this detailed program schedule. The day 1, we discussed about the recent cybercrime trends and financial frauds in CFMC. The day 2 was all about cybersecurity threats, intelligence and forensics in the financial landscape. And day 3, the conversation revolved around financial fraud detection and recovery. Yesterday, that was the 4th day, we discussed more on legal, regulatory and framework on financial safety in the cyberspace. Today, the topic is safeguarding your financial accounts and CyberDost. Now, scrolling ahead, you will get to know that who all can participate in the online course, in our programs, of course, by raising your questions in the comment section. So, whether it's students, teachers, teacher educators, parents, administrators, who all are interested, you can participate in our live conversations and also in the online course. Now, this is a detailed program schedule for all of you. Just in case if you have missed watching any of our programs, then you don't have to worry, because we keep on uploading the presentation links and also the video links for all of you. Besides this, you can connect with us through PM eVidya and our YouTube channel. Now, there are certain important steps that are laid down for all of you on how you all can participate. Step number 1, it's registration. So you have to register yourself by clicking on this link or either by scanning this QR code. Step number 2, you have to watch all our live training sessions very carefully, because the questions that have been built up for all of you, they are formed from the different discussions we have conducted in these 5 days. Connect with us through PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12, NCERT Official, that's our YouTube channel, and take up the online course, participate in the post assessment and get certified. Join the online course that will be launched on Diksha portal, and the course link will be open till 30th of March 2025. You have to join this course and go through all the 5 videos. Take up the final assessment in the course. You can attempt the assessment only thrice. And viewers, if you score over 70% and above in the final assessment, you'll also get a certificate from CIET NCERT, and it may take 15 to 20 days to receive this certificate. So we keep on emphasizing the fact that your feedback matters a lot. So do share your feedback with us by clicking on this form. You'll be able to access our feedback form, or either by scanning this QR code. Now, if you have any questions, any queries, you can connect with us through this IVRS contact number flashing on your screens, that is 8800440559, and also the specific mail ID for our training sessions is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. Now, it's the time to introduce you to our expert for today's program. We have with us in the studios Dr. Deepak Kumar, Senior Technical Manager at I4C Ministry of Home Affairs. Namaskar, we welcome you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, I'll request you to apprise our viewers more about what are we going to discuss today as a part of safeguarding our financial accounts and CyberDost.
Well, thank you so much once again. The topic today, that is about safeguarding your financial accounts and CyberDost. I would say one thing, like before jumping with this topic, the session which we have covered, that moreover covered about this financial frauds and the awareness perspective.
Yeah.
But by continuation of this particular, I would like to highlight the ongoing trends initially, and by the same time like how these things are happening, and how you can safeguard yourself as in a very simplest manner, and the initiative of CyberDost, that is the perspective over here. So let's start with the session today. So you can see on my screen that the initial concern regarding any sort of crime, that is basically a social media, because we are using internet, we are using social media, we are using things for different perspective, for good perspective, for the bad perspective as well, for communication, for downloading any content, for anything. That is the situation. So what is happening here, like sometimes we don't know about this a network etiquette, you can say netiquette, which really leads to a cybercrime or like different financial frauds, you can say that. So what is happening, that when you talk about the channels initially, because we are talking here moreover about the cybercrime perspective or the financial fraud, then most of the content or major things which we have seen regarding the cybercrime, basically the crimes, these are linked with financial frauds. Like you can say more than 70 to 80% crimes, generally they are leading or linked with basically financial frauds. And what is happening, that the indicative perspective, that these hackers, these criminals, or you can say scamsters, generally they are using mule accounts, they are using payment aggregators like that. They may use some sort of virtual accounts for communication, for any sort of medium for getting information. By the same time, they may also use like cryptocurrencies or digital currency to use as a financial channel, and for communication or for showing some sort of advertisement, they may use also like e-commercial websites, you can say like well-known website, you can say Amazon, Flipkart. So they may create a replica or impersonating this kind of well-known platform. And by the same time, at the end, like ATMs, micro ATM, generally they are using as a POS machine, fake machines, or maybe these machines are not linked with some banks, or you can say like they are misusing some devices to collect the money, and these are the channels generally which is linked. So what is happening, that when we talk about the accounts, or when we are talking about this payment gateways, so generally what happened, that while registering opening any account or any payment, something like that, generally we fill the form, we do different mechanism for registration, something like that. So there's a form called KYC, like know your customer. So generally we fill all the details. Sometimes we have to also provide our PAN, Aadhaar details to verification perspective, for address proof perspective. And we have seen that their misuse of these things are on rise because of the data breach from user end sometimes, and from the supply chain perspective. So that is the concern which is really impactful for the citizen here. So now what exactly happened, like from the individual perspective. So suppose I am a person, if any citizen, if any people who actually lost some sort of money, and he may or she may go to any police station, or maybe go to any bank perspective, that, and finally what happened in that case, you can say that like they may report something, and maybe they may got some fruitful response, or like their case has been sorted out. But what is happening, that if something happened, like if the money has been withdrawn from the ATM machine, or if the money has transacted to some entities which is trans-border, or that not comes in Indian jurisdiction, in that case what happened? So similarly, sometimes it also hampering to the national security, because on the basis of the findings with state law enforcement agencies, you can say that like maximum cryptocurrency frauds, like cryptocurrency things are being used for transaction perspective. That is one. And similarly, we do have shell companies, where what happened, that like small companies are there, they have opened, and sometimes they involve into tax evasion, money laundering, and possibly you can say that like terror financing. So what happened, that like being misuse of these money or financial things, that is a very serious concern when you're talking about the national security perspective. And similarly, we have seen that during the analysis or investigation, it has been found that numerous chats has like linked with the foreign entities, hostile countries, which you can say, which is non-friendly nations. So if the money is going without paying taxes, without logging somewhere, it goes to some wrong hand or different country perspective, then it may create a serious concern as well. And the fourth point, that is about the misuse of banking and telecom. So what is happening, that in that perspective, the misuse of the banks, misuse of the telecom industry. Like suppose you have, I'll show you some example where you get to know exactly like how the things are happening, or like how these things are channelized through the platform. So now again, these things are shifting from wishing to a mobile application. Like earlier we have seen that like sometime when people call and they say that yes sir, I'm calling from so and so bank and I need some OTP or some sort of things. But now the situation has been shifted, and now what happened that like here the thing is like some people like create fake application. They may send through WhatsApp or any well-known instant messaging platform, and then what happened that application may contain sort of malicious intent, and that may take your OTP, your SMS, and they can prey on your contacts and different elements. So it has been seen that like the addiction part is on the top level, and addiction could be in any manner, because we have seen that the usage of the cases, usage of the information, usage of the things, these are the things. So now I'll show you some top 10 cases in a exactly, so you get to know exactly how these things are happened, one, and point two, like how you can prevent yourself. So what is happening here, we know that we should not share the OTP, great. We also know that we should not click on the link, but exactly we don't know which link we should not click and what time we should not give the OTP. So that is very big challenge for the citizen, people, basically those who are dealing with these things. So you have on the screen basically what happened, that the content came on one social media platform and that came as a sponsored. At the bottom you can see Amazon is mentioned there, and everybody know exactly Amazon is what. And at the bottom as well it's mentioned about the apply now. So when the people go to this thing, like he has seen that, she's seen that like work from home jobs are there, and it's a part-time job and flexible salary is there, timings are also there, and means like you'll get around 2,800 to 20,000 rupees. So what happened, that a person, they click on this particular link, that link goes to some website like WhatsApp or these things, and what happened, you can see the further step. So the further step which I'm talking about, these further steps are like when you click with your consent. Here understand exactly, the social media is not asking any information, they ask your consent. Are you really looking for Amazon part-time job? So to be very frank, it's not only for the company or the logo which I'm showing over here, it could be any big brand, it could be anything well-known thing. So if somebody is pointing something like that, when you see like when somebody is clicking on the link, it goes to where? It goes to WhatsApp. And then what happened, that it goes to WhatsApp, then people start chatting with you and they ask that I'm calling from Amazon team, I'm from HR team, and your resume has been shortlisted, you just let me know so and so. And finally they may ask some more detail, they may say that install some application, and these details may be linked with the perspective. So what happened, that if you install these application, if you install these links, then these links may malicious, and when things are malicious, then you never know exactly what data they can take. So ever you seen that like while installing any application, they ask your contact details, SMS details, and sometime when they take you these details, these are not good, these may be harmful, these may be used for financial crime. So in this application what happened, that fake application which is being installed, it may take your contact details, it may take your SMS. So by the time if it is taking your contact, then hacker misuse your contact and they can call you through WhatsApp, through the normal things, and you will think that you will surprise exactly how your contact has been leaked. Now the case 3 is what is about the fake SMS. Fake SMS is very important perspective where like if you get any SMS onto your device, onto your mobile phone, then generally that URL is a very important aspect for the attack vector. It's called indicator, how exactly these are coming. So you see the screen, in a screen basically what is happening, that the number is there, and the same time you have a URL which is mentioned as a tiny URL. By clicking that link, it goes to some website and some application, and that application is like what? So you can see, you can read the things, SMS, dear customer, your ICICI bank account will be blocked today, please update your PAN card immediately. Remember that it may be any bank, it's not only ICICI. So as example perspective I have mentioned over here. So when you click that ICICI user, and he or she will get this kind of window, it's like an application installation. So while installing the application through that link, then what happened, that in that case he or she may enter their details. So by the same time, if you enter your details and while installing, you may see that they are asking about the SMS, they are asking about the contact. So at the same time, you not only like installing fake application, you also compromising yourself, and if a hacker having access of your SMS or your OTP, they won't ask like, hello Deepak Kumar, hello XYZ, we need your OTP. Means that they have complete access of your phone, they compromise your phone through any medium. This is the medium called fake banking application. If you are good into investment, you are doing trading, you should understand exactly which application you are going to install. If installing these applications, these are fake applications, then simply they may have your contact details with themselves. Now banking apps, a clear indication that like in this perspective we have one example where people are using fake banking application. In the fake banking application, what happened? It could be replicated with anyone. So in this presentation, I'm trying to give you example through some banks, and this is as example. It could be any brand, basically they impersonate anything. So Axis Bank perspective, that the website is known as axis.installapp.in, and when anybody open the application, the website, what happened that in that case the user interface, the UI is completely similar, and a normal person, layman person, even though think that this is the real Axis Bank application, and by the same time if he or she click that application, the same thing will be happen. Now moving ahead, we do have case 5. We are talking about online part job. My friends, I'm telling you, part-time job is emerging things, and many people who are unemployed, basically they are looking for online part-time job, online work from home culture. And no doubt many people, they Google, sometimes they do what they got some SMS that ki, hi Deepak Kumar, hi XYZ, now your like application has been shortlisted, and kindly install these application to get this information. Finally what happened that in that case they are trying to hack, they are trying to customize, they are trying to install something which is really important perspective, like understanding of the message is very important. So what happened that in this perspective, you have an application where they are installing a content, they are asking to reply. Sometimes they may ask money, like you pay the money, they may ask that you pay the registration fees, and finally what happened that in that registration fees, these things may not work out. Job frauds, these things are coming over there. So it's very common to understand, like work from home job and all, these are very common tactics, and we have to be very careful with the same concern. And nowadays what happened that if a company are saying that ki, sir, madam, please don't worry, we are from the HR department, and this is just a registration fees, and this will be reversible. So people think that okay, no problem, if you are getting some good job, so from the same money we will just repay them. Then what happened that they just charge a small minimal money and they simply block you, and by the same time if they block you, then what happened, you're not able to connect, you're not able to find, you're not able to report to the concerned department. Then we have some like solutions, we'll let you know at the end of the session, but initially these are the modus operandi, there's a mechanism like how generally you have to be careful. Now a trending one and rising one fraud, basically just talking about online investment scam. And when you're talking about online investment scam, generally what happened that this is online traders, online investors, generally they claim that they will give you a very good tip where exactly you need to invest, and sometimes like when you invest into anything, then you will earn good money. And definitely the mechanism is very simple. They will show you something on a social media platform. It could be, just example, it could be on Instagram, it could be like reels, it could be on YouTube shorts, basically anywhere, and you will think that oh my god, amazing, if any person is doing something like that, if he or she is earning good money, why I can't? And simply what happened that it's simply asking the link to join, and when people join these things, then things has been started. So what is happening here, scammers make false promises. They may say that like you will get a high returns, and simply no need to worry, just install, we will not charge a single penny. The only one thing is that they try to install, they try to convince you, and by the same time they may say that sir madam, use my application, you will get a good result, and you don't know exactly that application which is going to use that may or may not be correct. If you use a fake application, they may collect all, they will harvest all the information, possible information from your device, and simply they may blackmail you in future. That is the concern. So what is happening here, everybody want to make money in a like any manner, and sometimes they influenced by some big people, like suppose a celebrity is claiming that hi, good afternoon, myself I'm celebrity and so I'm like a superior into something like that, and do install my application, do listen my classes, do install these applications. Sometimes they may say like this, then what happened that People think that if the top person is saying like that, the celebrity is saying like that, then we should install. And you never know exactly, it could be anything. Remember, it's not only investment based scams, it could be any application, sometimes gaming application, sometimes gambling application, and people just put a huge amount of money, and at the end of day what happened, if they got success, that okay, but maximum people are there, they lost a huge amount of money, and no doubt they commit suicide as well, which is not in picture as well. So we should understand exactly what need to do, what need to install, and it's a serious grave concern for the country as well to understand exactly where we have to do a proper investment, which platform is really good and which is really legit and trustable. So what happened that do a good research. At the bottom you can see a caution is mentioned over here. Do your research and choose a reputable and regulated online trading platform. That is point 1. Read the reviews. That is point 2. Verify the registration with relevant authorities, financial like SEBI or RBI. That is the clear concern. And similarly, we do have beware with the unsolicited offers, which is their scamsters often use high pressure tactics and promises like you can do this, you will get this, and finally people influence with the same, and end of the day what happened that they invest the money as per their convenience. So sometime a person may have an earning of 25,000, he or she invest like 20,000, something like that. A person who earns in crore, even though the people they invest things in crore, and it's as per the open source and a recent perspective that yes, the people even they have lost 9 to 11 crore rupees into single investment scam, and the reversible of these amounts are very less. So sometimes what happened that we have to be very careful with the same thing. And now we do have next case about the advertisement as a service. We have seen that different advertisements are there, and by the same time telling you what we see as we get exactly, and by seeing everything it's not always correct. So sometimes we have seen that some platform they are misusing these things like for collection, for showing something, and it shows that like if the content is real then people can connect, if the content is bad then they can block. So similarly what happened that we have to get lured from the fake advertisement, and we have to be very sure that if the fake ads are there we should block it, we should report it. If you report and block, then the company and the intermediaries may check, and exactly they can do as per the compliance concern. Click hijacking, fake app installation, bot, these are the another challenge, and even installing these things are again a big subject, like how generally these are happening. So as per the examples you can see there are the financial frauds by misusing platforms, which is on Telegram channel, which is on WhatsApp as well, and sometimes they claim that they are from the BSNL, they are from the Airtel, they are from the TRI department, from the telco department, or from the government sectors, and from different sectors, and they say that your electricity power will be cut. You can see the spelling of power even though they have mentioned POWAR. So sometimes understanding and your visual into like a simple English is also important to understand exactly the message is coming from the right platform or not. And is it not mandatory that bill is coming through WhatsApp? If a person at village or a person is not using WhatsApp, it doesn't mean that they will not receive a message like that. It can be from any place. Similarly, we do have some more examples where some scamsters also claim. The point is that like the topic which we have, how to prevent ourselves from these scamsters, or how to be safeguard ourselves. You can safeguard when you know exactly what is the problem, and when you know the problem then you know exactly how to find the solution. So here I'm just trying to show you the real examples which can really help to understand exactly what is the attack vector, what are the solutions to collect and find the information. So point 1 here, a person XYZ is saying that it is in any language. It could be your regional language, it could be Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, it could be any language. It can come onto your WhatsApp, onto your any social media platform. And by the same time, if somebody is mentioning that yes sir, madam, you have received such sort of things, suppose you have to click this link, you will get a good money from YouTube, like and earn. So these are the all on things which is going and which is very common for the perspective. So what happened that like extortion perspective, like people they don't know if the number has been shared, then they don't know exactly the number can be misused by any manner. Anybody can make a mail, anybody can able to call, and it's not only for the cybercrime perspective. Sometimes these are linked with the cyber security as well. You have heard about the business email compromise, you have heard about the CISO blackmailing the CISOs, honey traps, honey pots they have setting up, and many people have lost a huge amount of money. Sometimes this money is like a company perspective, individual earning perspective, like it could be anything. So it is very serious thing, like to know if somebody is extortioning you, like how and where you have to report. So they are attack medium is like social media, internet, through mails, dating application. Many people are using dating application, and by the same time in the dating application, if you have seen that it could be a person, it could be a female, it could be a luring profile, it doesn't mean that until unless if you physically verify it's like an unknown person, it could be a stranger. You should be very careful exactly to whom you are chatting with, to whom you are discussing, and to whom you are going to meet. Sometimes they may misuse your online activity, they may collect your personal information, as well they may blackmail you. People are thinking that I'm using like a private mode, or maybe you can say different modes are there where nobody can able to see your pics. Self like deletion, self replication, self erosion techniques generally there, where one time watch kind of mechanisms are there. Even if somebody can take photo from different phone, then again the chances are very less for the connectivity. Impersonation is very common. Impersonation is why tough, because anybody nowadays, they make a call, they say that ki, hi, I'm from SHO from Southern Police, and I have seen that your kid, your husband has done some sort of crime, and they have done some sort of rape, gang rape, something. These kind of words generally are using, and these words should not be used like generally in terms of cybercrime, but generally they are using, and people are got threatened by such kind of things. So normal citizen generally what they do, they try to collect, they try to see to their Truecaller or their WhatsApp status and WhatsApp DP. Sometimes these photos, these DPs talk about police. They wear these clothes, they put a picture of police personnel, and when the people trying to search on Truecaller, then what happened? Then these contents, these image resembling to the police, and a normal layman person generally they are in fear, and they try to respond, they try to come in compromise. They say that, sir, madam, tell me what I need to do. And usually what happens, they ask money for the sorting out the entire scenario and this chaos basically. So no doubt, whatever we are seeing, suppose you're chatting with me, if I put a picture of any famous celebrity, it doesn't mean that you're chatting with the famous celebrity. So it is very important to verify. So repeating again, the number called +91, that is Indian series number. If the number is like non+91, like it could be +84, +81, +254, +286, +2667. So if this kind of country code, and majorly from +92, these are generally a number which is coming for the extorting your money, and that is a very serious thing they are asking. Point number 2, generally they are calling, talking from WhatsApp. We have to be very careful that if somebody is threatening you number of time on WhatsApp, you simply block it and report it. I'm repeating again, simply block it and report it. If you entertaining again and again to them, then you are creating a mental trauma for yourself, not to them basically. So again, if you are receiving anything from them, you just verify it. Hello, hi, good afternoon, good evening, who are you, what are you, what exactly you need, where you got your number. If you have patience, and finally you will get to know exactly who are the person basically, then you can simply block it as soon as possible. And one very important perspective, you also report it. If you report it, then what happened, that if he or she is trying to lure, or he is trying to like cheat someone else, then again we can able to study like I4C or Sanchar Sathi. These platforms are there. I'll let you know how it can be work out. And now cryptocurrency giveaway scams are there, crypto things and emerging threats, these are the things. So we talk about emerging things, which is really important. And when talking about the emerging threats, then we should know about digital arrest, cyber slavery, kidnapping, AI generated deepfakes and all. So what is happening, that when talking about digital arrest, it's very common thing. It's not from like 1 to 3 months. It's happening since an year basically. And digitally, someone if it is talking to police, not to police actually, you can say a group of people or a team basically, they pretend themselves as a police, and they say that like I'm from Haryana, and they are making call to people who are from non-NCR. They're calling to like any Mumbai people, Maharashtra people, even you can say, and northeast, east, wherever exactly, South India, and they say that I'm from this police station, and what happened that we have received some parcel or maybe anything which could be, and now it is a crime offense. So police will come to arrest you. So what exactly you need to do? Then the user will say, no sir, it's not mine. They will plead like this basically. But what is happening, that in that case, normal laymen, normal people, or those who don't know the latest modus operandi and the tactics, they simply trap into these all things. And then what happened that in that case they simply do compromise. In the compromise perspective, like they pay the money, they pay the extortion money to them, and simply they like this. So this is the digital things are there. Or if they're not paying the money, then they say that ki wait, you come to Skype, you come to this platform. And when the people come to this platform, then what happened? Then simply for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, he or she, the victim basically, he or she not able to connect with anyone. And by during that time, the time period where he or she is communicating with the fake police, the time that is digitally arrest kind of mechanism. So usually people don't know, and many normal or many literate people, even though they are trapped into these all things. So it is very important to prevent ourselves into the same mechanism. Similarly, emerging things also, they are called cyber slavery, and cyber slavery is again it's a human trafficking perspective of things where victims are promising to say that ki, like if you have good skill set, you will get a good job into overseas basically, and simply they call them, they take their concern and they send to some different country, and again they are telling that you perform these operations. I am telling you that these professionals are good into multiple languages. They may speak Hindi, English, they may speak South Indian languages, they speak any regional languages, and by the same time they try to connect. And when they ask this information, then simply what happened that these information sometimes not relevant to the this. So what happened that like they may give their numbers, like list of numbers to them, they say just make a call to them, trap them, lure them, and try to convince them for the job, ask some money like for the visa, for XYZ perspective, and simply saying these are the organized crime. And when you say organized crime is what exactly? Multiple levels of crime. Sometimes a person saying that I'm calling from KYC department, sometimes they may say that I'm calling from like any banking department. So it could be any department. And finally what happened that like set of people have different mindset, and they try to attack different people with organized manner. They have their team leader, they have their junior, they have their different person who go into various things, and they simply like harvest the credentials, money, extorting them, and different tactics. Generally these are things. So these are the slavery perspective, and advisory is already released by Ministry of Home Affairs and MEA as well, and you can check exactly how to prevent ourselves. We have to verify what job we are trying to do, where in which country we are going, what kind of conditions are there, and through whom you are going, from backdoor you are going, or from what channel. Cyber kidnapping is also one of the aspect, and the very important, we should know about the AI and deep fake threats, which is a very serious concern. So artificial intelligence based crimes are too much. If you see that a celebrity is saying that ki hi, this is this, and I invested so much money into this game, you can also invest. So sometime what happened that these ads are coming in social media platform. We should know what we need to install, we should know where we have to invest the money. And frankly saying, like to earn good money, many people they take loan from the different entities. It could be friends, it could be family. Sometimes you have a fund for your school fees or college fees, or maybe you have taken some sort of loan from your friends. You invest these things into that, you will get some good money. Frankly saying, in the starting you will get good money, after some time you also get good money, but when you will learn that ki yes, this platform is safe, then you try to do what? You try to invest more money into that one. And by the same time, if you invest more money into that one, then simply they will block you, and once they block you, then now that time you're not able to report to police, you're not able to report to anywhere, because during that time, like the first time when you invested a huge money, that money may be used by these hackers, and the last money when you try to add like at the last installment, only that money can be able to save. Sometime reporting is very important into the perspective. So these are the elements. Generally what happened that I have explained you about the top 10 case studies in a practical manner, exactly what is happening, because nowadays what happened that we know exactly ki yes, something is happening, but exactly in a practical manner we don't know exactly how these things are happening. So end of the day, what is happening, like these are the playing with our emotions. If we are greed, then simply we can trap. If we are into panic, we can trap. Even though we have seen that trust has been built, they may say that ki yes sir, yes madam, we can do anything for you, you just pay the money. Simply that is also one of the angle. And the last called fear. If you are into fear, then again they simply play and they manipulate our emotions, and they can earn money by exploiting these things. A very clear and little bit technical perspective over here, like essential emphasis where in cyber security, where cyber threats, intelligence and fraud detection signals where cyber security, cyber intelligence and fraud indicators are there. It bit advanced, like when you're talking about the IEM device, we talk about the digital infrastructure where we have to check the code vulnerabilities, we talk about the configuration issues, sometimes we have to check the workforce policies, that comes in the cyber security area. By the same time, if we talk about the CTI, cyber threat intelligence and forensics, then we should know about the adversaries intelligence. We talk about latest trends into the area of phishing and vishing, talk about malwares and bots, how the APTs are working. We talk about the insiders. Yes, it's a non-technical angle, but still insiders are the biggest threat as well into the company, supply chain perspective. And we do have a brand monitoring. So the indicators are what exactly? The indicators are like how the new accounts are opening, what is the KYC detail, and if suppose somebody taken the accounts, then what exactly they are impersonating. If the account is mule, then we have to understand exactly mule account. There many mule accounts are there which is being used to park the money, to transfer the money. That is also the angle. And poor KYC is the biggest challenge for the situation. So these are the elements generally which we discuss. Now jumping to the how to safeguard. So this is very interesting thing, I would say, and if the user get to know exactly how things are happening, then only they can able to safeguard themselves. So now moving ahead, the first question comes in like what exactly we need to do. So initially, by safeguarding perspective, like we have a phone, we have online payment, because without OTP nobody can able to make a payment. So you understand, you secure your OTP channel, your emails, your devices. If your device, your email is compromised, then the end of the day, if a person have to do transaction for authentication, they can take, they can sniff, they can intercept your OTPs. Safeguard your OTPs by what? By various means. One, first of all, keep your password and OTP confidential, just like your toothbrush. PIN is not required to receive money. Remember, don't share PIN with anyone, because if you PIN is not important. If you scan QR code, then what happen? That is for sending money. If you send your OTP, that is like you are compromising somewhere. You are just giving authentication. OTP is sharing for OTP is just verifying you exactly, yes, you are the end user. Second is what, like refrain from clicking unknown links. Don't click anything, don't click on unknown part. That is the thing. Don't click any link. If any link is coming on WhatsApp saying that ki yes, so for example, like X person has won Olympic and they got gold medal into this one. So if you are supporting them, then fill the survey form, or if you are doing these all, just install this application. Or if the 15th August is coming, if you want to put your picture on your DP with flag, click on this link and install this application. Remember that nothing comes free actually. And what happen exactly, if you install these applications, if you click these things, then what happen? You are providing some information to them, and these things as a credential harvesting, like which number is working. Keep applications, devices, operating system up to date. If your phone, if your application is updated, then very less chances there for getting hacked. No doubt 0 days are there, that is the channel. Check reputation before making payment, that is also. Check the reviews. Report sudden loss in network connectivity, that is the ATM part. Basically you have to record a video which can really help. And keep your biometrics safe. Use ATM cards limit. You can set the ATM card limit. For example, like you are traveling to overseas or different country, then you can enable your like foreign exchange, foreign transactions as well. But if you see that in ATM generally we have a limit for like to withdraw money. So set the ATM limit through online, through your application. Be judicious with permission. Permissions are very important. If you see permissions asking contact and different things, understand exactly what is the mean of the thing. Turn on two-factor authentication. I would say multi-factor authentications are amazing thing. You can use multi-factor authentication or two-step verification or two-factor authentication to understand exactly what is what. Wipe your data before selling. If you selling your phone, if you doing hard drive or something like that, then remember, data recovery is one of the science where in forensics they can able to recover your data, even though if the data is overwritten, then that is the no chance, but still many times we have seen that the data can be worked out. Now the question comes here, like what should you do in case of cybercrime? Remember a portal called cybercrime.gov.in, cybercrime.gov.in, that is the website, and it's a centralized cybercrime reporting portal. Anybody can report, point one, and the helpline number is 1930. That is the concept behind that, and the website is especially focused on women and child related crime, but again cyber crimes is linked with the same thing, then we have to understand. And once you report the complaints and incident, then again law enforcement agency will think that either the complaint can be converted into FIR or not. So that is the thing. Third point is what, like when if the website is working and your number is not connecting, sometimes you may also visit to the nearest police station. That is one of the charter as well. Report banks as well. Don't search like customer care number of bank. Report Sanchar Sathi. Sanchar Sathi is the one of the initiative by the TRI, basically Department of Telecommunication. If fake numbers you have received, then you can report to there. Now talking about the CyberDost. So now Dost, friend. Now we're talking about the CyberDost, cyber friend, CyberDost. So what exactly is CyberDost? It's an initiative by Government of India where we are providing the awareness, latest cybercrime trend perspective things over there in a various medium. You can see we are available on different social media platform. Cybercrime awareness is really important, and this is the only one key which can prevent you from the cybercrime. If you are aware that yes, latest trend are like investment based, then you will think twice before making investment. If the trend is like for the IGIL gas pipeline installation, something is happening. So you will get to know that if something comes in IGIL perspective, then you will be very careful about the same thing. So similarly, the first Wednesday of the month is we are celebrating as the Cyber Jagrukta pan India perspective. So you can also be the participate into the same thing. So that is the CyberDost channel, CyberDost platform. You can you are using Twitter, you can also check CyberDost. If you are using YouTube, you can check CyberDost. If you are on Telegram, you can CyberDost I4C. If you are on Instagram, so these channels are there. If you want exact link, you can go to the cybercrime.gov.in, and in that website you can see at the corner, you can download, you can click the link and you will get to know the channel basically. So now we see what exactly we are posting. We are posting about the latest trend. For example, be aware of KYC fraud scams. Scammers send emails that appear to be from bank, and nowadays bank sending email. Earlier it was on SMS, on the WhatsApp. Now it is on email as well, and they are asking to fix the things. Similarly, we have fake email perspective. We have job or work from home scams, share market classes, like you can see the screen where users are saying that can invest into share market classes, and they will teach you very good thing, and no doubt there the professionals are there, they speak very well, they give a very good trend, but somehow it is a scam basically for the cybercrime. And it's very important that if you want to be aware, you have to always understand the latest thing, because hacker have different mindset. Hacker comes with different trends, they have different narratives, and narrative defines everything. So end of the day, end of the situation, we have to be aware what exactly is happening, and CyberDost can play important role. Again, I'm repeating, the helpline number is 1930, and the website is cybercrime.gov.in. that is the portal where you can learn as well, where you can you'll get to know exactly these links basically which can help. And very important, टुकुर टुकुर क्या देखते हो, follow करो CyberDost. That is very important initiative, and if you want to aware, you have to follow this. So that is from my end.
Of course, sir. Well, in the first place, thank you so much for sharing all these important details with all our viewers. I'm pretty sure that this 5 days online training program, it has turned out to be very informative for all the young ones, and especially we are conducting our programs for our students, for our teachers, parents. So when we talk about the perspective of a student, how can students in particular stay safe in managing money or making purchases online?
Great. I mean, to the viewers, basically students specifically, everybody is using PhonePe, GPay and Paytm, and remember that like whenever we are using this platform, we are eased to use this platform for paying the money. Point one, if suppose you are getting something on a platform called Instagram saying that you will get a first copy of a shoes in a very less price. Suppose you got a channel on Telegram, they are saying that you will get iPhone 15 Max Pro in 70,000. You think that the actual price of Max Pro is like what, 1.4 like 14 something like that, and you will get into 10,000, 20,000 like that. Then what happened? It's a suspicion. So what is happening, that whatever you are watching or seeing these things on this platform, it's not sure that that is true. So point one is like verify these all things. Point number two, sometimes the young generation are using modded applications in Android. They are using application which is free basically, and these free applications are not correct sometimes, and these are come with the customized permission. And what happened that like when you use this application, this gaming platform, mobile application, so no doubt addiction is secondary part, but misusing or using this fake application may simultaneously may take your personal financial data. So it is important to use these things in a very clear manner. And third, very important, like internet is very beautiful thing, no doubt, and when we see some contents on reel or different, so we influenced by them, and by influencing by them sometimes these things are right. I'm not saying all things are wrong, but sometimes when they mention that ki, yes, these things are good, follow these things, share these things, you'll get good money. So we have to verify. So trust but verify, that is the prime angle which is comes into the same picture.
All right, so well, we are running out of time, but very quickly I would like to have your inputs on this question, that what do you think that the future holds for the financial safety in the cyberspace, and with this ever changing technological era, with the advancement in the artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, what do you think are the emerging challenges that we might face in the cyberspace with the respect to financial threats?
Interestingly, like I would say, we discussed about the challenges now, like potential crimes are there, non KYC things are there, and sometimes these things are really problematic situation for the banking. So strengthening the AML part, like anti money laundering, that is one. Fintech centers are like sector is still booming, so integration of the blockchain, AIML, that is also one of the biggest player into the same thing. And by the same time, what is happening that in this perspective, like if you understand this platform, so the private sectors and the stakeholders are also using these things for the integrating into the banking sectors, and for the false alarm they try to learn these things for the crime and analysis perspective. So forensic is also playing important role in this here, like understanding the suspicious and behavior of the pattern. Like suppose you are using maximum time, you are withdrawing money from Delhi, and by the same time you travel to Australia and money has withdrawn from Australia, then that thing will tell no, it's suspicious. Maximum time if you're using from India, so it's like a data they are collecting. So everything, as every aspect basically they can play an AIML. Of course, these are the prime player for the same thing.
Of course, sir. Well, thank you once again, sir, for connecting with us. And I would also like to extend a word of thanks to all our resource persons who have been connecting with us, and Ministry of Home Affairs, I4C, of course, for collaborating with CIT NCRT, discussing more about these important aspects that form an important part of our daily lives. So let us quickly have a look at our screens again in order to understand better about the online course in which you can all participate. So this is a detailed program schedule for all of you, and you know that in 5 days online training program, what all we discussed, and it is the concluding day for our 5 hours online training program. Today we discussed about safeguarding your financial accounts and CyberDost, and also viewers, let me quickly reiterate that how you can all participate. Well, it's you have to register yourself by clicking on this link, by scanning this QR code, watch all the live training programs, and viewers, you can connect with us through PME Vidya channel number 6 to 12, also through our YouTube channel, that's NCRT official. Take up the online course, participate in the post assessment, get certified, join the online course that will be launched on Diksha portal. Course link that will be open till 30th of March 2025. Join the course, go through all the 5 videos, take up the final assessment in the course, and you can attempt the assessment only thrice. So if you score over 70% in the final assessment, you will get a certificate. You can access your certificate in your Diksha profile page itself. It may take about 15 to 20 days to receive the certificate. If there is any problem in the portal, raise your complaint in teacher help in the Diksha portal, and do share your feedback with us. Submit your feedback using this link or the QR code, and of course you can connect with us through our mail IDs and through our IVRS contact numbers. So sir, as we are wrapping up this conversation, a quick piece of advice from your end to all our young ones.
The initial from the trust but verify. Social media is really beautiful thing. Try to learn and use these things in a very good manner, and always very important that cyber awareness is very important. Cybercrime website you can go, there is a various content to study, to update, and follow CyberDost from my end. Thanks to NCERT for using these things, this platform for updating the viewers from the same platform. Thank you.
Those were some wise words. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the learners who have connected with CIT and NCRT for this particular live interactive program. And viewers, you all know that you can connect with us through all the programs, and also you can watch our live training sessions, and at the same time you can participate in the online course. There is a post assessment link for you as well, and you can attempt the assessment thrice. So what are you waiting for? And this is a wrap up for this particular online training program, where we were discussing more on financial safety and its aspects. Next up we have our program of Sahyog, where we we try to provide guidance for mental well-being and psychosocial support to all the learners who keep on connecting with us for the diverse programs throughout the day that we conduct for all of you. So stay connected, keep watching eVidya channels. Namaskar.